traits that are going to be like more beneficial for like their survival in like certain environments and stuff. But not all like forms of evolution are beneficial, right? So you're saying that because we have like good evolutionary things that arise, right? That, you know, God guided these things and like made it to happen this way, and like that's the reason that's happening this way. But we could just put the argument.
No, that's not what I said.
Wait a second. Why would an evolution happen if it was
argument against naturalism?
Wait, what? You contradict yourself when you say that evolution happens because of a necessity for change, but then the change doesn't actually benefit. Then why did the evolution happen in the first place?
Okay, Kun, you're like really confused. Like, stop jumping in when you don't know.
Answer the question.
Aren't you saying that like if there was no God, it would be complete randomness, and we get these good traits out of complete randomness, and that doesn't seem very likely. So it must be God guiding this process of getting us good traits.
Okay, so to
say
that
traits. No, stop talking. You don't understand. Coco, I'm talking to Coco, sir. Just go back on to whatever you're doing. Okay, go ahead. But, you're right about natural selection for good traits, beneficial. Okay, I'm still here. I thought somebody kicked me. Good traits, you're right, Coco. Natural selection for survival and reproduction. That results in traits that enhance that. But false beliefs can lead to survival and reproduction. So there's this defeater that there's a good chance that maybe your cognitive faculties are not necessarily rational because God didn't direct evolution in your view.
Okay, but
that's not the evidentiary argument.
Okay, I don't think that's the evidentiary argument, but also I'd probably have to think about a response to that. But for me, like, it's equally likely under both views, right? Like without God, yes, our biological traits could be like deceptive to us, right? But then I could also look at like Christianity, and there's all this confusion between like oneness and Trinitarians, and like your biological, like your senses and how you interpret things, your brain, all of your senses could also be under a God worldview deceptive as well, right? So it's kind of like both worldviews are going to have deceptive senses potentially. Because how would you explain how people are reading the same text, right, coming to different conclusions and are completely confused and are arguing with such conviction about these things?
Coco, says who, bro?
Wait,
Says who?
I have a syllogism.
Christians believe the same.
I have a syllogism against guided evolution.
That's a fallacy, bro.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
How would you feel about? Hold on. Pause. What do you mean by says who? If you get in a room with a oneness and a Trinitarian, they're both going to read the same chapter in the Bible and be completely fucking confused about it.
Because percentage of those people are not Trinitarians.
Right? It's their own interpretation, not the Bible, bro. The Bible makes it clear the Trinity is there, bro. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit is the Trinity.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, wait, you being convicted of this belief just proves Coco's point, right?
Yeah, so just because literally trap right there.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, so let me ask you. I want to ask you a question. Where do you believe?
I don't think that's relevant, right?
I'm talking about on the behalf of Trinity, bro. I don't care about what the
Hold on, man. Hold on. Let's talk on behalf of logic. Hold on a second. No, would you consider religion to be an evolution?
So.
No.
What is this guy talking about?
The human's ability or the property that we have of being religious to be an evolution. Yes or no?
What you talking about, like social evolution?
Wait, are you talking about type 1 negatives and type 2 negatives? Yeah, we can perform reliable and unreliable beliefs because of evolutionary data. Like the tiger in the woods example. If you think it's a tiger but it's the wind, you're going to run away and you're going to pass on those unreliable senses because it was just the wind and you were wrong. But if you think it's the wind and it's a tiger, you're not going to reproduce. But if you thought it was a tiger and you're correct, If you thought it was a tiger and you're correct, you're going to pass on those genes because you were a very reliable thinker. You got good reasons. And if you think it's the wind and you're correct, you're going to pass on those weak, correct but like non-skeptical reasons. So yeah, it is.
So according to you, because there's more people who are religious than not in this world, then religion is true because it has increased in population.
You're dumb.
Increase. Yes or no? Don't just you're dumb and you lose the argument.
No, then. Sorry. Wait, sorry. No. No.
You need argument.
Did you understand the argument?
I'm not using Plantinga's argument. I have my own syllogism, and I would like to.
No, you went the other way. You said, and I could understand you would argue that truth corresponds with survival, but there's plenty of examples where false beliefs could lead to survival. That's where you may have a potential defeater for your cognitive ability.
No. Wait. I just gave examples of where false beliefs led to survivability. But the symmetry breaker in our cases is that theists claim infallibility of their senses, where atheists all they have to say is I don't believe in a God, right? But depending on what like worldview you have, you don't have to claim that you know that your senses are 100% reliable. They just have demonstrated repeat. Wait, sorry, Kun. Sorry. They just have demonstrated repeatability, and therefore, me saying wait a bunch is like the key for you guys to start? Okay, so because they have demonstrated repeatability, you can start a foundation of, okay, if I always do this thing and this thing always happens, then even it's a simulation, I could prepare myself for this thing. Easy.
When are we saying that our senses are infallible? Intuitively, we have to trust our sense perception, even in science.
Wait, do you think God gave you?
I'm just saying. It's not infallible necessarily. I mean, we can be wrong about things, but I'm saying it's more likely.
Could you be wrong about God?
It could be, but reason and logic and all sorts of we have to go with the evidence, which takes us to that.
Do you think God is necessary?
I think. As a necessary foundation, yeah, he's a necessary foundation, yes.
No, like logically necessary.
Rationality and consciousness and our personal beings, conscious moral agents, much more likely, I think, if theism is true, don't you?
No.
Okay, so for life to exist on this planet, period, it necessitates a creator of life, because life is all created. All life is born and then dies.
Nuh-uh.
Therefore, if there is life, there had to be something that created it, because the first life forms have a unique ability called being alive that unalive things do not have. So things that are inanimate do not have the ability.
Yeah,
to
what's the argument that non-life can't produce life?
Yeah, I think you're begging the question.
That non-life cannot produce life. Okay, so if you wanted to borrow $1 from me, what do I have to give you $1?
Yeah, you have to have an argument for why non-life can't produce life.
I'm giving you the argument.
Nuh-uh. You're asking me a question.
This is the argument.
Nuh-uh.
Because of this argument, it necessitates life. Now, if you want to borrow $1 from me, what do I have to give you $1?
You have to have empathy, and a childlike sense of wonder.
No, you don't. You don't.
Yeah, you do.
Not at all.
Yeah, huh?
No, you don't.
You just sound weird, bro. Just give the argument.
Yeah, that's not an argument.
Dude, answer the question.
I'll answer the question. You have to have money. Okay. Now, what's the analogous property?
Congratulations. The same.
You have to have $1 to start life from non-life? No, right?
No. You have to be able to animate. You have to be life to make life.
Okay, do you have to be able to... Wait, sorry. Oh, I think I'm understanding now. Do you have to be able to animate to give me $1? No.
No.
Fucktard.
You have to be able to animate... No, you idiot. So tell me, where did the ability to animate come from in the first life forms?
Yeah, the answer is, I don't know.
Okay, well, that's great. I do. It's called God.
Okay, let's go. Yeah. So wait. So you're saying, so what you're saying is...
You've already lost. You said you don't know. If you don't know, then you should respectfully bow out. And
okay, true. I thought we valued honesty here, but I should have known.
Yeah, we did, and you were very honest when you said you didn't know. You should have, but you didn't. Thank you.
Wait, you think admitting that you don't know is a bad thing?
You just admitted, you just proved that God doesn't exist.
Okay, do you wait. Why does God do all the things that God does?
No, I want to do...
Sorry.
Your observations... Earlier, you said...
Listen, please. Pretty please.
Now, answer my question.
Wait. I did answer your $1 question. Listen.
Comment.
Yeah.
Do you base your beliefs off...
Sorry, wait, Jim was talking. Shut up.
Yeah, I just... I don't think that this is a valid inference in order to support God creating a life or something, right?
Why? What invalidates it?
Sure. So you're saying that even within your example, in terms of like, you have to have like $1 in order to be able to give $1. You're making some type of, I guess.
Real claim.
I'm sorry.
A real claim.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. Listen to learn, okay?
Yeah. So you're trying to make some kind of like comparison that you have to have something that is equal in order to be able to produce something that is equal, right? In this analogy, you're saying that you have to have this thing called life in order to have life, because that's what we observe. But more precisely, what we observe is like we observe biological, physical life coming from other physical life. But in your example, or at least in your hypothesis, God is non-physical, right? There's no way that we've seen non-physical life, physical life come from non-physical life. That's the assertion that you're making. But you're making this assertion that physical life comes from non-physical life by alluding to some type of principle that physical life comes from physical life. So this is not analogous. You'd have to demonstrate how non-physical life produces physical life.
Yeah.
No, I never said anything about physical or non-physical. I said life comes from life. Now, for you to assume that non-physical life makes the physical life, you're still saying that life creates life. And
Are we physical life?
Anything.
Wait, hold on a second. But
No, I said animation. Animation is not something that's physical.
Hold on, let me just clarify here. When you lay out this principle that life comes from life, you're like, what are you referring to, or what are you pointing at into the world to make this inference?
Spiritual entity.
You're saying the breath,
the essence of God is spiritual entity.
Okay, hold on a second, guys.
The
I can
breath
answer
of life
for myself.
That gives
I
life.
can answer for myself, please. I don't want y'all to answer for me. Thank you. Now, we have the ability to animate our bodies, correct?
Yes. Let me ask the question again. When you make this inference that life,
we have the ability to animate our body, correct?
Look, when I ask a question, I don't expect the question to be asked back. I expect an answer. So when I ask you, when you're making this inference that life comes from life, what are you pointing to in the world to make that?
I'm not pointing to anything that's either physical or non-physical. Life is life. It's animation. It's us having the ability to move.
Wait, Jim, did you hear that? You hear that? He said a tautology and pretended
Brian,
like it was substance.
You already lost yours.
He did it again.
You already lost. You don't even know what you're talking
Life
about.
is life, bro. Obviously, that's unremarkable.
I just finish the conversation? Go ahead, just Jim.
Yeah, like, how are you understanding what life is?
The ability to animate. We can move. We are live.
So when you point to the ability to animate in order to make an inference of what life is, are you looking at just like life here on Earth? Like, are you looking to the priors in terms of like the life that you see around you?
There is only life on Earth.
Okay, great. So then I was correct that when you make this inference that life comes from life, you're looking at the priors in terms of like the things that you see around you, right?
Are we not allowed to make conclusions based off of observation?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that what we're doing?
Absolutely. So that.
Okay. Well, then what are you trying to say? That's a completely unremarkable question.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, stop adopting my rhetoric. Don't say unremarkable, you weirdo.
Can you get to the point?
I'm sorry.
It's not your rhetoric, dude.
I'm sorry. Look. So then what you're doing is you are agreeing with the critique that I gave you, right? That when you are making this inference that life comes from life, what you're looking at is a physical world around you. And you're making this inference that like physical life somehow comes from physical life, right? Because the things around us are physical.
Okay,
unless you have some example of something non-physical that you could point to in the world that you're making this inference from?
Electromagnetic fields.
Electromagnetic fields are life, in your view?
1 second.
Yeah, I'll give you a second to look that up.
Yeah, run away, dude. I'm just joking, by the way. I'm just trolling you at this point. Whenever this conversation is over, I do have a syllogism against guided evolution, but we can pin that.
Well, it seems like you got busy, so I'll just put myself on mute if you guys want to continue.
Sorry, I'm at work.
Yeah, the syllogism.
Yeah, are you ready? You want to hear it?
Okay, what was the question?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, so I'll repeat the question. Like, when I asked you if you could point to something that is non-physical to reference life, you said electromagnetic fields. So is that, like, are electromagnetic fields, in your view, life?
Well, don't you have an electromagnetic field in your body that is composed of your...
You do this.
Are you allergic to answering questions?
Does your heart... Yes, your heart has an electromagnetic field. Now, the electromagnetic field that your heart produces...
I'm sorry. Let me be more clear with the question. In your view,
according to the definition of the word... According to the definition of living is you have a heartbeat. When your heart stops beating, you stop living. The electromagnetic field...
So electromagnetic fields
that your heart produces.
I'm sorry. So, like, electromagnetic fields are identical to life in your view because they have a heartbeat?
No, you said name something that can be considered living and not physical. I didn't say all electromagnetic fields, but the electromagnetic
so like
field
electromagnetic
that's produced
fields
by
are
your
living in
heart
your
is
view?
related. It's not physical,
Electromagnetic
and it's
fields are
tied.
living in your view?
It is tied to us living.
Okay, so it's tied, but it's not living, right? Because you just said that the definition of living is something that has a heart.
Okay, so hold on a second.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Could you please?
Sorry. Look, yeah, please. Look, stop. Because you do this weird thing where you overtalk when you're being pinned.
No, I know. Hold on. Could you wait
Yeah,
one second?
I know. It's weird, right? It's weird that you do this weird thing, right? So
You're just
I was
bullying.
very
You're not even allowing me to ask it. Can I ask it?
Yeah, look, I'm asking you a question.
Can I ask a question? You keep on asking questions. You're shotgunning them. Can I ask one?
No, you can't. Not right now.
What do you consider to be alive?
I want to get clarity. I want to get clarity in terms of what you understand life is, right? Because you're making this inference that life comes from life, and so now I'm asking you, like, well, the only way that you got to this inference is by looking at like the physical world around us, like, and that's how you're making that inference. But like the claim that you're making is that like physical life comes from non-physical life, and so do you have an example of what non-physical life is? And you said electromagnetic fields. But then you went on to explain that life is defined as something that has a heartbeat. So I just want to get clear. In your view, do electromagnetic fields have heartbeats?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say electromagnetic fields were living. That wasn't your question.
So then you can refer to electromagnetic fields as something that's living, right? In terms of something
That's
that...
not what you asked. That's not what you asked. That's not what you asked.
If you want to walk
Hold
that
on.
back,
Could you please
I'll
clarify
ask-
your question then?
Yeah, I'll clarify my question. So the inference that you're making, more particular, at least the claim that you're making, is that like physical life comes from non-physical life, right? In the sense
That's
that
not what it's not a claim that I'm making.
well,
That's not
so,
the claim
so
that
it's
I'm
not your view that evolution is not true because God created things.
I didn't say anything about life being physical or unphysical. That's your assumption that you're trying to place on me.
Let's
Then
get
you
clear.
asked
Let's get
me.
clear then. Let's get
Excuse
clear.
me.
Is it your view
Excuse
that
me.
God?
I'm trying to get clear, but you keep on interrupting me.
So the way that you get clear.
Do you want to hear the answer or not?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the answer?
I'm giving you a question so you could answer, right? That way we could get clear, so I understand you. So in your view, is it your view that God created all things, that God created life?
Yes, God created life by speaking.
Okay,
He
perfect.
spoke, and then there
is
was.
God physical or is God
His breath.
non-physical?
God is, in his essence, his nature. He's not physical. He is transcendent.
Okay, great.
He's divine.
So okay, thank you. Is the life that he created physical or non-physical?
Okay, define what do you mean by life being physical or non-physical? That's a dichotomy.
Well,
Life is neither physical nor non-physical. Life is life.
Holy fuck. If you understand that God is non-physical, right, then you would understand what the opposite of that would be in terms of physical, wouldn't you? Right?
Okay,
so
but you have to understand.
It's kind of like, to undermine your view that God is non-physical.
Okay, so here's the problem with your reasoning. You are putting limits on this divine being of God. You're presupposing
I'm not putting anything
that God has. Hold on a second. You're presupposing that God.
Look, let me stop you, right? I just want a clear answer. So, like, if you have already conceded that God is non-physical in his essence, is the creation, like, is life that he created, is that also non-physical the same way that God is non-physical? Or is it physical in a sense that it's not like God?
That's also a false dichotomy. You're trying to put me in a box to saying that this is this way or that is that way. Now, there is nothing like God. There's nothing like God. Okay.
Okay, great.
That's just establishing
So then
first
we're not,
and foremost.
So then we're not
right?
non-physical
Now,
like God is non-physical, right?
No, we are not non-physical like God is not non-physical. I didn't say anything about us being physical or non-physical. That's what you're saying.
Do you know what
Yes, I know exactly what.
Yeah, that just means.
Okay, that means physical. I get
Very
it.
good.
But
Very
just
good. So you understand what physical means.
I've already told you there's nothing like God. Did you hear me?
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So you understand. So you do understand.
Can you just stop asking the same question over and over again then?
Okay, perfect. So then
Okay,
the claim that you are making, I was correct when you said, like, God created life. What you mean to say is that this non-physical life created physical life, right? So I was correct.
I didn't say life was physical. You're assuming that I said life was physical. When did I say this?
So the life that God created.
When did I say this?
Is non-physical or is physical?
That's a false dichotomy.
Okay, so then what if that doesn't exhaust?
That's illogical.
Sorry. If that doesn't exhaust the scope of possibility, then can you? Sorry, if that doesn't exhaust the scope of possibilities, then can you give us a third option of what life is?
Life is life. Life is.
If it's not non-physical or physical, can you give us like what's in between?
See, here's the thing. There's
You
plenty
saw
of
he did that
things
thing
like
again,
love.
Jim, where
Love
he
is
said a
neither non-physical
tautology and then
nor
pretended like it was
physical.
substance.
Excuse me? Can I finish my conversation? Can you like just back off and calm down? You're like way too excited, bro.
I'm very excited.
You have no evidence for your belief in atheism, so keep smiling.
Yeah,
But
I
guess
know you
what?
I know you want to dodge the question, but I'm trying to bring
It's
you
not
down.
dodging the question.
Yeah, you are, right?
It's not
So now
dodging
you're
the
getting
question.
into this like, oh, you don't have it, but like you still haven't answered the question, right? So like the claim that you're
I
making.
already told you it's a false dichotomy.
Yeah. So then, if it's a false dichotomy, give us
Not
a
A is a false
Hold
dichotomy.
on. Okay, it's my turn to ask the questions here.
No,
Now,
no, no,
what
it's
evidence
not,
do you
it's
have
not,
that God
it's
does not
it's
exist?
Look, I'm sorry. I think you're
Okay,
under
if
the
you're not going to
wrong-
allow me to, if you're not going to allow me to ask,
Sorry, look, you still
I'm
haven't
sorry,
answered.
I'm not
any
going to sit here and be
question.
oppressed
You
by
still
an
haven't
atheist.
answered.
What evidence do you?
Yeah,
Hey, what
maybe you
evidence?
wanna
Hey, hold
run.
on a second.
Maybe you
Hold
wanna
on.
run
Wait a
now
second.
that
Wait a second. Wait a
you're
second.
the corner, right?
Why are
And
you
wanna
running? Why are you
fight.
so scared to answer one question?
No, like.
So okay, so do you consider yourself a man that bases their beliefs off of?
Look, stop.
Dude, if you're not
Let's
going to
just
answer
say-
any of my
yeah,
questions,
I'm
you're just going to leave.
I'm sorry. Look, let's just
Why are you
say
so
that
scared, bro?
Yeah.
Why are you so scared,
I'm
bro?
terrified. I'm
You
terrified.
can't
I'm
answer
really
one
scared.
question?
I'm really scared.
I've asked like 30
I want
of
my
yours.
salvation, and I want to find Jesus, and I know that
Why
you know
don't
the
I-
answers. That's why I'm asking you questions.
I don't
because
think
wanna be
Jesus is
saved.
God, so can I
Yeah,
finish?
exactly. I'm a dirty atheist, and I have. Oh man, he left.
Wait, do you not believe in 1 Peter 3:15? Oh fuck.
He says he doesn't believe Jesus is God, so he might not even been a Christian.
Well, first of all, Jesus and not Jesus is not a true dichotomy, dumbass.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Physical and not physical? If physical is
Why am I
referent
getting
A,
dropped? Why am I
A and
getting
not A
dropped?
is not a true dichotomy. What an idiot!
I don't know
Oh,
who
sorry, he's
dropped
back.
you.
What?
It
Hey,
wasn't-
Why am I
hey, you're a
getting
smart guy.
dropped?
Look, so yeah.
Anyway,
like,
can I ask my question now or what?
Yeah. Look. Okay,
So can I ask my question? Is this just like a bully up on believers, man?
Yeah. Look. You're making stupid claims. That's why I'm
Just
trying to.
because you guys have no morals, so you think it's okay to oppress people.
Yeah,
So you think it's okay to overtalk people, just ask them a bunch of questions.
Look, I'm a dirty atheist.
Yes, you are. You're a dirty atheist with no evidence for your beliefs.
I want to find Jesus.
With no evidence for your
You have all the
beliefs.
answers, right? That's why I'm asking you questions.
He probably thought he was ad homing you there too, but he was just insulting you. You know, it's like those kind of people that think they know shit. It's like it's 2024. We literally base time on Jesus' death. So stop being a bitch and acting like you're being oppressed. It's like what? Like you guys run the world.
But apparently, like physical and non-physical is a false dichotomy. So I guess we have to
Jim,
figure out what the third option is.
I looked at the timer when you started that. When you first said that's an invalid inference, you're saying that physical life comes from non-physical life. From that point to him agreeing with you and then trying to walk it back and running away was 14 minutes. It was crazy.
I also like how the entire time he was making this big deal about me using hypotheticals, but he started his whole inquiry about the dollar bill with a hypothetical.
Yeah, I said, how can life come from non-life? He's like, you need money, bro? I'm like, what? So, wait, we have to have currency to have life? No. You have to be able to exchange goods for services to have life? No. What's the analogous property here? Like, it's crazy. How many tautologies did that guy say and then just like stood there expecting applause?
I don't know, man. I guess life is life.
Life is life. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I love to say like it can't be what it's not, you know? It's just Do you guys want to hear my syllogism for the argument against godly guided evolution?
Sure.
Yeah, so probably Dr. Truth, you proposed this, or JRob, right?
Well, Dr. Truth was arguing about Antigua evidentiary argument against naturalism, so he might be interested to hear that.
It's not evidentiary, it's evolutionary.
Yeah, Dr. Truth, do you think that evolution was guided by God's perfect hand? Or his perfect body or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah, God guided evolution.
Okay. I'm gonna reference my notes really quick just to refresh, but then I'll be right back in 3 seconds. Boom.
Then I gotta get back to work, Zach. But Jim, I appreciate your restraint there. You didn't go to your cocksucker name calling like you normally have to do.
Yeah, that's surprising given that I have no morals as an atheist. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, you were literally oppressing him, so.
Well,
Yeah. So
Have a great day, Dr. Truth.
You know what's
Take care.
crazy? When they say we don't have morals, this is what they mean, okay? What
Who
they
says
mean
that?
is what they really mean to say is we don't believe in God's commands. Which is like, no kidding, we're atheists. Because when you ask them what morality means, that's really what it boils down to. And of course that sense of morality is not going to be the same sense of morality we have because we're atheists, right? So it's like they're not even really saying anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, I was having this conversation a few days ago with someone about this, where they kept on saying that, and I'm like, you should correct your language. Like, when you make these questions, what you really mean to say is that, like, as a subjectivist, I don't have objective morality, right? Or I don't have objective morals. And that's kind of like, yeah, I agree with you that you're restating the view, right? That's kind of what subjectivism.
I don't think that's what we're actually saying. I mean, maybe if somebody,
What's morality?
They say that. I mean, we say that that's the grounding for morality, right? But we intuitively have a conscience that that can observe morality or whatever.
Yeah.
And you guys are choosing
Why would that entail it's
to
objective?
suppress the truth about the objective morality and apply your own subjective.
Wait, why would that intuition entail it's objective?
No, so yeah, when somebody says that you don't have morality or like you're immoral or like what was the claim? What did you say?
Well, when Christians have this idea of morality that is something, depending on the Christian, that would be something like God's commands or God's nature or something along those lines. That's what they mean by morality.
Well, no, that's what we say. Morality is grounded in, right? But morality is what is good and what is bad.
What is good in your view?
Yeah, so what is good is what's reflective of God's nature.
But we don't believe in God, so of course we don't have that concept of good.
Yeah, but the issue is you have no grounding for morality, right? You have subjective opinion.
Wait, when you say you have no grounding for morality, you have subjective morality. What do you think subjective morality? What do you think a subjectivist says? Like when they're talking about moral statements, what do you think makes that true or false?
Yeah, it's basically just their preferences.
Yeah. So they ground out in preferences.
Well, no, they're not grounded, right? Because there is no grounding, right?
Yeah, but you guys can ground your morality, but we can ultra super absolute ground our morality. So
no, so basically, there's no grounding for the morality, right? In your guys' worldview, it's subjective. Which means there is no absolute moral.
What contradiction arises from something that can change over time or like change states, not being grounded?
Hold on a second. Pause real quick. See what I mean there? When he made that statement, he's like, you have no absolute morals, right? Yeah, of course. I'm agreeing with you. I'm a subjectivist. I don't believe that absolute morals exist.
Yeah.
So when you say you don't have absolute morals, yeah, you're just restating the view, right? You're just telling the subjectivists that they have subjective morality and not objective morality.
You don't believe in absolute morals either.
But Sir was saying earlier that basically all we're saying is you don't believe in God, essentially. And
yes, because your idea of good and evil is contingent on there being a God. So of course we don't believe in that sense of good and evil.
It's not contingent on there being a God.
It's not? It's brute?
It's grounded in God.
Wait, is it contingent or brute?
It's grounded in God, so there has to be a God for it to exist, right?
No, it would still exist because God
exists if the thing it's grounded in is no longer there.
And what does grounding mean that's different than contingent?
Because God's nature is what is perfect, right? So even if God didn't exist, the nature of perfection would still be, it would still exist. Right?
It would? Okay, so without God, the world will still be perfect? You don't want to say that, right?
The world will be perfect. Perfect in what way?
Without God, whatever you mean when you apply to God. Why do you guys always equivocate when we do the analogy thing?
Well, we're talking about we're talking about the nature of perfect.
You
Right?
said God's not necessary. Without God, the morals would still be perfect.
You asked me would the world would be perfect, and I'm asking you in what way?
The same way that you just used perfect. That's why I asked the question.
Who's claiming that the world is perfect?
Like, no, listen.
The world.
Wait. No. I see where the misunderstanding is. You said something along the lines of, if God didn't exist, the reason that we have objective morals is because even if God didn't exist, we would have an objective grounding for morals, right?
There would be no like grounding. Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, so you agree that you can objectively ground morals without God.
Yeah, but it's within his nature, so obviously God exists. So
it's not obvious to me that God exists if you can ground morals without it. Why is that obvious?
You said what?
Why is it obvious to you that you saying that we can ground morals without God then entails that it's in God's nature, therefore it's necessary that God exists?
I said, okay, my fault.
Yeah,
that's not what I said, but
you can walk back any. I'm not trying to pin you down. You can walk back anything.
So from what I recall, what I was saying is that morality is grounded in God's nature, and I was saying that we would still, even if God didn't exist, we would still have like our conscience that is able to I don't know the term I'm looking for, but basically
like
we
guide
can
our moral intuitions.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And we can gauge what is reflective of a perfect nature.
So wait, JRob, do you think that like how long have you been like if I'm trying to draw a distinction between like an everyday Christian and a philosophically literate Christian, you know what I would be kind of getting at there? Like you think you're one of the latter ones?
I don't do philosophy.
I know, but like more than the layperson, right? Like you understand these terms like necessary and stuff.
Yeah, somewhat.
Have you been a Christian longer than you've been able to tap into this whole idea that morals are grounded and that God necessarily?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so if you can LARP as yourself at that age or something, when you looked at somebody like I don't know, doing a bad thing, you're saying that because you agreed that we have moral intuitions, you just think that ultimately now you come to the conclusion that God like ultimately grounds them or something, but like at some point in your life, moral intuitions were enough. Would you agree?
Enough for what?
Enough for you to see that somebody doing something bad for no reason makes you feel bad.
Okay.
Yeah. So, why can't that be enough for somebody else?
Yeah, because there's no justification for it, and
wait. Are you saying that you didn't have a justification for it back then?
No, I was living under I was living under like it was like a
you weren't a real Christian yet.
It was like a blissful ignorance, right? Like I thought I was justified, but if I were to live out the worldview, no one is justified saying anybody's wrong. The only thing we can say is we don't like what they did, or under my perspective, this isn't right.
Okay, yeah. So that is interesting. Do you agree that when Kun earlier said life is life, do you agree that is like void of meaning?
It's circular.
Yeah. It's a tautology. Okay. So when I joined this live, they were trying to pin Sir down on this hypothetical where like, you think if somebody wants to grape a kid that that they're right. Do you agree that just like when we say that life is just conceptually lacking because it's a tautology, right? If all you're saying is life, aka A is A, all you're doing is when they're trying to pin Sir down there is saying, so you're saying if I had the preference to grape children, I would have the preference to grape children? Why is that remarkable?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. But I don't remember if you were cheering them on, but Dr. Truth definitely was. And you agree that just like saying life is kind of just dumb.
We were both trying. Me and Dr. Truth were both trying to interject, but he wanted to keep going.
Yeah.
But no,
it's frustrating like that, right? Because I see you in lives all the time. I see people like Justin W. or like Wit, like theists that are like around people that they disagree with, right? But then another theist shows up, and they just like sometimes they just make you guys look just bad. And like, because you agree that just like the life is life case, to say that if somebody has a preference to grape a kid, it's true that they have a preference to grape a kid. That's also not remarkable. That's not saying I have to agree. That's not saying if everybody in the world disagrees that they wouldn't have that preference somehow. That's just saying A is A.
There's a bit of when they do that, there's also a bit of an equivocation going on because they're doing that because the way they phrase the question is, would it be okay, right?
Yeah.
And of course, I'm still going to say no because what I consider okay is going to be based on my preferences.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
that kind of thing would not be okay.
I guess what he's trying to get at, right, is clear. I mean, clearly you can't say it, but it's not absolutely wrong. It's just within your subjective.
You just did it again, though. You hear that?
There it is.
Yeah, you just said it's. You can't say it's absolutely wrong. If by absolutely there you just mean objectively, that's just to talk past each other.
Right. So yeah, I know. I'm what he's.
That's
he's
why you generally
what he's trying to just show is that the worldview that you guys hold to is kind of hypocritical in a way where you live as if this is wrong, but in your worldview there is no absolutes, right? There is no objective.
See, why do you keep going here? Wait, because there's some dissonance going on, right? You start talking about like, could you I don't know.
Yeah, just imagine I say this, JRob. Imagine I say, look, it seems like you're very hypocritical because in your worldview you live as if though you have these absolute morals, but you don't have subjective morality, and that's really hypocritical.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I can come up with an even better.
But that's that would be inaccurate, just Jim. Right.
Wait.
What we're saying is actually, reflective.
Wait, JRob, you have subjective morality?
Wait, I can even come up with a better analogy. JRob, think about something else that you think is indexed to our preferences. Let's say, taste or something like that.
Okay, yeah, the gastronomical, yeah.
Yeah, so when you might enjoy, I don't know, let's say, what's your favorite food?
I like fried chicken, buddy.
Okay, so you enjoy the taste of fried chicken, right? If someone else...
No, you sound racist, bro. What you mean?
Yeah, hey,
yeah,
JRob, I'll send you that clip, okay? You can post it out of context.
So, you might enjoy the taste of chicken, but just because you're not eating some foods you don't like wouldn't make you a hypocrite. That's just not... That kind of food just wouldn't be the food that you would desire.
No,
right?
But that's what I'm saying. These taste is subjective by nature. That's what it is.
And how do you know that's not the case for...
You want to say it's hypocritical to one food over another. It's just... Doesn't mean you're a hypocrite just because... You understand other people might have different preferences, but when someone asks you what's the best tasting food...
Yeah, so that's the problem.
You're not being a hypocrite just because you recognize...
That's the issue, right? We're talking about morality, right?
Wait, but...
you're comparing, this is what it is. You're comparing morality to taste, right?
Yeah, but wouldn't it be a better world?
It's like you guys could this is. I'm glad you brought up taste because if we act like morality is just a taste, that's your worldview. Morality is just a taste, and it's just we don't live that way, right? We don't live he likes to great little girls, that's his taste, that's his, his preference.
Wait,
you know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying.
I might look at a person and say,
you already made your point.
Wait, real quick. I might look at a person and say,
you're just saying
they like eating
I get what you're saying. Let me address
lima beans or something. That looks disgusting, but I don't.
JRob, you don't have to keep going. I get what you're saying. Listen, you're just saying morality is normative, and we don't treat taste as a normative thing. In other words, if you like chicken and I don't insist that you can't eat chicken. You're saying taste doesn't work that way. But the whole thing is that the whole nature of morality is a normative thing. It's about what we should or shouldn't do. So of course our preferences when we think you should or shouldn't do that. If I think someone shouldn't do X, of course I think that should be enforced because that's the very nature of what we're talking about.
Yeah, and also on the other side of that, don't you think it would be a better world or a better design world if God made all of our gastronomical preferences the same? If we had objective taste, then we could all eat the same foods and have the same health and why give us these proclivities when you don't give us these proclivities in other cases that are, I don't know, more important?
So I believe, like I said, he's given us a conscience, and it's up for us to decide to submit to that conscience that he gave us. So just because some people choose to suppress the truth and, cling to their unrighteousness, doesn't mean that God didn't make it to where they can know that, hurting little children is wrong.
There's just too much dissonance, I think.
I just figured out like why my plane was kind of like canceled. Apparently there was like a crash in Nigeria, so they shut down the airport for like probably like a month. So that's why there's this huge slowdown.
A plane crash?
Yeah, so like the plane that was supposed to take me to Nigeria, I don't think it was my plane, but it was like a plane crashed at the Nigerian airport. So they shut down the airport, so no planes can land at that airport anymore.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. Me and my siblings are begging our parents to go home. We don't really want to go to Nigeria anymore. No kidding.
That's very inconvenient. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like came all this way, like went to New York and then stopped in Paris, and like we're just gonna have to go home at this point.
Holy crap.
But yeah, crazy things, man. And I've been hosting this live to, I don't know, I'm in the airport, stuck at the airport.
Obviously.
Okay, all you got to do is take a 2-hour train ride over to the UK and go visit Mitch and Jordy.
On God, I probably might have to do that.
I mean, you spent more than that, like 6 hours so far just waiting, so.
Yeah, I've been here for 3 days.
That's at least 6 hours, I think.
But no, there's a question I wanted to get back to. I'm not sure if we ever really like solved it. But like, how would the Christian know? Like, if God was lying to the Christian, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't know that he was lying to you unless you had his abilities and can see everything he's seeing.
I mean, yeah, that's just the global skepticism argument. Like, it's one of my favorites, and it's like, because to say that you have access to all the reasons that God does stuff is to say, okay, give me the list without missing anything. Because if you're missing even one thing, okay, then that one thing could be him deceiving you into thinking that he's all good or all powerful or has a perfectly efficacious will or anything. Yeah, really.
I don't think the other people like answered it.
So I mean,
I think they were
he Dr. Troop answered it very well. I mean, my answer is not as nip tight as his, but I just say based off of the evidence, based off of our experiences and what he's revealed, until we are given, some other evidence to sway us in that direction, then there's no reason to think that.
Also, like, I guess, like, what I was going to ask Dr. Truth is, like, even if we grant that, like, there are logical or philosophical arguments for, like, the Christian God, right, does that necessarily mean that the Christian God exists or is actually good or any of the attributes? Like, I guess there could be logical arguments, right, but if there's logic, like, if an argument's logical, does that mean that it's, like, valid? Or I might be using that wrong, sound invalid.
Yeah, if it's sound, it would mean that it's true.
Yeah, I mean, if the premises are true, then yeah, the conclusion is true.
Yeah, so it can be valid but not sound. So like you could have a bunch of like philosophical and logical arguments that are like completely valid, but like they're not sound, and they wouldn't really prove God's existence or that he has his actual character traits.
Valid just means that it follows an inference rule that would lead to the conclusion.
Yeah, so like they would follow an inference rule, but like the premises might be like terrible.
It might be one of the premises or both of the premises or whatever might be false. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I believe, I've heard some pretty strong, like, philosophical arguments. I feel like there's a cumulative case, right? You got philosophical arguments, and then you got like historical arguments, and then you also have the evidence of like experiences of humanity. Really, for ages, people are all sharing their experiences that are supernatural associated with Christ, and I think the only explanation for all of this data, it all points to, Jesus Christ being the creator. Like, I feel like there's an accumulative case that points us to that direction.
JRob, I think you should become an atheist.
I think you would make a badass atheist. I think you would make a badass atheist.
I used to be one.
Really? Wait. What convinced you?
Yeah, I've had supernatural experiences that I can't like.
Yeah, that's fine. But I don't want to like take away from your experience. I believe you, but you know that like the argument back is just going to be like people that believe in other gods have these experiences, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the atheists take the lazy route and just say, you know what, nobody's having supernatural experiences because I never had them.
Oh, okay. That sounds like some kind of like I don't know, virtue signaling or something, I guess, but I don't know.
Well, no, I just feel like that's the route that atheists take.
It's like, do you know who my father is? I've had a spiritual experience. I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, whenever I hear atheists talk about, like, the supernatural and stuff, they always appeal to science. And when, like, to me, it's just like, clearly science is solely based off of, natural, the study of nature, right? So if we're saying something is supernatural, then why are you appealing to science when it's not the field? Like you can't study the supernatural via the study of nature.
If you guys if everybody in here had to like rate a percentage of how many times God talks are like actually scientific versus how many times they're just philosophical, I feel like almost none, maybe like 5 or 10% are they like this science thing happens. Like I don't know, like
wait, what do you mean?
I feel like what you just said, like atheism always argues, well, science does this and proves, like demonstrates with a high degree of confidence this, and I feel like, at least in the way that I go about talking about why people shouldn't believe in things if they don't have good reasons to, I almost never talk about science, and if people do start, I do value science, but as far as like the power it has to convince people, I just don't, I'm just not about it.
Oh, I mean, I appreciate that, but that's generally what you hear from like atheists.
Yeah, but God could have made science, right? God could have made evolution, right? God could have made the Big Bang, right? So it's like, okay, what are your commitments, and why does that lead you to something that you think is bad? That's that's the way I go about it.
Exactly. I mean, I appreciate that. And there's some atheists that I think J Mike's in here, like philosophy, and there's a ton of atheists.
Yeah, that's my route. Yeah,
philosophy all day long.
Well, I feel like that's the only way to go about it, right? Because it's like, look, tell me about this thing. Okay, let's see if you're consistent.
I'm in my 30s, man. I feel like this is the new flavor of atheists. They're field bros, man.
It's a compliment. I'm 30 in 7 days.
What?
I'm 30 in 7 days.
Okay, man. Welcome to the club, man.
Hey,
y'all
Just some young
1994?
spring chickens.
1994?
Yeah, 1994, December 20th. You want my address?
On March 20th.
Oh, nice.
What's your social? Hey, can I bring up an interesting verse I found in the Bible?
Yeah, if after I can give my argument against God-guided evolution.
Okay, this should be quick. JRob, have you ever heard? I've heard Muslims bring this up before. You know the verse in like Mark 10 and Matthew 19 where Jesus says no one is good but God? You know that verse, right? When he's called good teacher, and he's like, "Why call me good teacher? No one is good but God."
Hello. What? My phone. I got a phone call.
I respect atheists like you, sir.
What? Yeah, atheists are so. I mean, sirs are so. Wait, no, wait. What was that? The verse in Mark 10 and also it's also in Matthew 19 where someone calls Jesus good teacher and he says, "Why call me good? No one is good but God." Right? You know what verse I'm talking about? Anybody? Any Christian?
I know the verse you're talking about.
Wait, what? What you said? You said Jesus said no man is good but God.
No one is good but God. Do you guys know what verse I'm talking about?
Yeah, I heard it before. There's no issue with that verse.
Yeah, I know the verse you're talking about. But
yeah, okay, great. I'm not saying there's an issue with the way it's written. What if I found a verse that said no one is good but the Father in heaven? Would that be an issue for you?
No, it wouldn't actually.
Like for Trinitarians, I see what you're meaning.
So if Jesus said one member of the Trinity is the only member that's good, that wouldn't be an argument against the Trinity to you?
It would if it's. I mean, in a way, in context, yeah.
What if I could provide you evidence that this verse was changed?
I think I'm on the JRob. I'm way past like the Bible being true. Like I can care less about like a certain biblical.
Wait, what?
This verse originally said, and I think I can give you evidence for this. It didn't originally say no one is good but God. It originally said no one is good but the Father in heaven. And I think I can prove this.
Okay. I mean, go ahead, go for it if you want to.
Well, first, before I even venture on this endeavor, I want to make sure. Do you think this would be? Do you think this would be a good argument against the Trinity?
I think about that. I don't know. Probably. I think at face value, yeah.
Okay. So I have several quotes here from several church fathers. I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quotes here, all in the first 300 years of Christianity. The first quote I have is from Justin Martyr in 150, where he quotes the verse that way: "No one is good but the Father in heaven." That's actually the first quote we have of the verse. Then I have Irenaeus talking about the verse later on, where he says, "The Father is good in heaven." Okay. Then I have a quote from Clement of Alexandria, where he references the verse in the same way. Origen and Pseudo Hippolytus. I have a quote from all 5 of those early references within the Christian church where they're quoting the verse this way. Mm-hmm. I just think that's a really good argument that originally the verse said, "No one is good but the Father in heaven."
Yeah. I mean, I would, at face value, I would definitely say it seems like an issue, but I don't got my Bible in my
JRob, what do you think of JRob? Did you hear any of that? What do you think of that? I can ask JRob about it later. It's no big deal. Anyway, I think outside of I think the Trinity is kind of incoherent anyway. But even outside of the because people talk about the logical problem of the Trinity all the time, but I think even historically, there's an issue with the idea in the church where they're trying to retcon and change different verses to make the Trinity more apparent. They also do this in there's the verse 1 John 5:7 where they add the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit to it. So I think this was something an issue with the church where they tried to insert the Trinity into the Bible.
Yeah, because if that one verse that referenced the Father in heaven, if it said "Why are you calling me good? Only the living Word is good," or only the living water is good, or only the Word is good.
It originally said, I think, according to the quotes here, "No one is good but the Father in heaven."
I'm just saying that if the Father in heaven there was replaced with the Word or the living water, I feel like it would be trivially easy to see that it's a problem for the Trinity. But if it because it's referencing the Father, it's somehow it gets grandfathered into the whole Trinity. But I don't think that's should be. You know what I mean?
Well, the issue is if it says God, like what Trinitarians are going to say is, well, that's not an issue because Jesus is God, right? But
Exactly.
If it didn't originally say God, if it said
the
Father,
yeah,
Jesus isn't the Father. They're supposed to be distinct.
yeah,
So if it said no one is good but the Father in heaven, I think that is a problem for Trinitarians.
yeah. Do you know the hermeneutics on it?
Give me the verse.
It's Mark chapter 10 verse 18, and then also Matthew chapter 19 verse 17.
I like sir, what's your thoughts on the combination of 1 Thessalonians 5:17 and Matthew 6:6? That entailing that Christians need to hide from everyone forever, because you should pray ceaselessly, and you should pray away from everyone.
Oh, like not boasting, that kind of thing?
Yeah. I just think it's like a little tongue in cheek.
Well,
like if you're always supposed to be praying and you're supposed to pray away from everybody, go away.
Yeah, I think I kind of get the sense that that's more about like, not like showing off when you pray. Like you're not supposed to do it like in, sorry, doing other things on the computer here.
You're good, like being braggadocious about it.
Yeah, like not doing it to like show off. That's kind of the sense I get there.
Yeah, like
Oh, I remember that verse now. You said no one is good but the Father. Why do you call me good? Okay, so that well, the verse is in it's in sarcasm, I think. It's like
wait, there's true stuff and metaphors and sarcasm in the Bible now?
Yeah, it is. Because somebody they asked him like what like he was asking Christ because he called Christ good, and Christ responded is like, why do you call me good if only like the Father in heaven is good? Like I mean the Father is good. So it's like it's weird. It's like confirming. It's like him confirming but not confirming at the same time. It's like it's weird because he spoke in parables. It's like he spoke in parables the whole time.
Well, wait, no, the issue, it doesn't say the Father in the Bible. It says God.
Well, either way,
the church fathers,
exactly. No one is good but God. And so it's like, do you think I'm God? Like do you know? So you must know that I'm God if you're calling me that.
But the issue that I'm bringing up here is that the quotes we have from the early church quote it as saying, "No one is good but the Father in heaven."
Yeah, the Father, not God.
Yeah, so it was changed from the Father in heaven to God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In that context, I don't know. It's like I still think because he's referencing something outside of himself, the dialect, the way that he's speaking would change.
Wait.
Because he's referencing something in sarcasm in relation to him, the way that he says it, it still would fit. Because he would give himself away, and I don't know, like, because he's speaking in a way where he's not trying to give too much information because he knows that people are about to. Do you think this verse is more expected if Jesus didn't view himself as God, or less expected?
More expected.
That's an interesting question again. That's a very interesting question again.
Well, sir, I have a point to raise, and it's that let's say that the Father was the only one that was all good, and the Word was not, and the Holy Spirit was not. Would that mean that God couldn't be all good? Like to a Trinitarian? I don't think it like necessarily means that.
Well, the issue is that they're supposed to be co-equally good, right? So like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are all supposed to be maximally good. They're all God.
Yeah, but they're all God. But the Father could be supplying the property set, right? Like different property sets could be. They're gonna have distinct property sets. And
they can't. Huh? They don't have any distinct property sets.
Okay, I'm getting this info from a misguided Trinitarian then, because I debated him yesterday. So
Wait, prison, isn't that right? That the Father and the Son, they're co-equal, right? They're the same. Well, they're not the same, but they're co-equal.
They got the same. It's one mind. It's one mind. It's one mind. Three persons. They're not the same. They're not identical in the same. They're the same. It's the same mind. Three persons. So it's yeah. God and Jesus is distinct in that way. They're not distinct as in the mind itself.
They have different property sets. Hello.
yeah, that's what I'm asking. They have to, because one of their property sets could be being in spatial location A, and the other one could be being in spatial location B.
Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah, maybe you're right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, okay, then my point goes through. It's not like a defeat or anything. It's just saying like, in fact, it's for present side. It's against Sir, but if the Father has a property set, and the Word has a property set, and the Holy Spirit has a property set, what's to say that those property sets combined don't equal the triomni God?
Well, that would be like some form. Okay, so if that's what you're saying there, I believe that it would be heretical, because that would be some form of like partialism or something. That like they're like
no, that's not. That's actually the Trinity.
Huh?
That's actually the Trinity. That's actually the Trinity. Part. Like when they say parts, parts is in reference to.
Hello,
like,
can you hear me?
A suit. Like parts is referencing like Clark Kent, Batman,
Hello?
and Spider-Man, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear
Like God has different.
Okay.
So parts in the Trinity is like saying like he puts different suits on, right? Like it's like,
So-
all right, it's time to go play this role.
Okay,
All
so
right, now it's time to go play this
present.
role.
Are you saying that?
God doesn't. He doesn't. Yeah.
Are you saying that what I'm about to say is not possible? God, or not God. The Father is all powerful, or all powerful. The Word is all good. The Holy Spirit is all knowing. God is all knowing, all powerful, all good. Are you saying that's not possible? Or that's not the way that it's understood? Yeah, run away. I'm just kidding.
No, my bad. I got a call. Nah, that's a weird way of putting it, but in a way, you're right. That can still work, but I like it works either way. To be honest, it's checkmate either way.
So the answer is you don't
it's
know.
checkmate within. No, it's checkmate. I'm saying you're right. It's they can all have certain someone can have certain things as long as one of them
I'm just asking.
hold one of the
I'm not
I don't
asking
think
anything about
that's-
modal thing, anything. I'm not asking about possibility or anything. I'm saying like, what is the Trinitarian view? Is it typically that one of them is all good, one of them's all knowing, one of them's all powerful, and then God is all of those three?
No, they all three have to. JRob, correct? Please correct your friend.
yeah.
They all three. The typical. Yes, the typical is all three of them are all knowing, all good, all powerful.
Exactly.
There's something called
So
divine
why
amnesia.
are you
where
saying
they
this
talk
stuff about?
like,
Why are you agreeing with me when I bring up this other thing?
Okay, so let's move on for that now that we've established.
because there's not because
Okay, yeah.
The point is that was being raised like within my argument here is that all three would have to be all good. Right?
Yeah, and then wait, present. That just commits you to the verse that Sir brought up. That just commits you to saying they all have to be all good. And if the verse says only the Father in heaven is all good, not Jesus on earth, then what do you mean that's not motivating?
Yeah, that would.
I'm saying the way you're reading it.
You just ate the ammo though.
Wait.
No, think about what I said. I said the way that you're reading it.
Can I talk to JRob?
The way that you're interpreting is wrong. When Jesus, I'm saying Jesus is being sarcastic in relation to answering a question to somebody, right? He's saying.
Wait. Yeah, let's not talk about sarcasm.
JRob, it's like a rhetorical question. He says no one is good but God. It's like, why are you calling me good?
It's rhetorical, right? And the way that you kind of escape the problem here is that you're saying Jesus is also God, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. But the issue I raised, and you probably didn't hear it because you're on a phone call, but the issue I raised was that that's not originally what the verse said. Originally, what the verse said was no one is good but the Father in heaven.
What do you mean? That's the original.
Yeah, so I brought up 5 different quotes from 5 different church fathers that quote it that way. Oh, because the church fathers may have quoted it that way? That means that was originally what was there?
No,
Yes.
but that's what originally was there, and then the church fathers changed it to say God.
Well, the church... Well, maybe not the church fathers changed it, some scribe did.
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah.
But yeah. Wait, so what does the earliest manuscript say? The earliest quotation we have is from Justin Martyr. Well, quotation, I'm not saying the quotation, I'm saying the manuscript. The earliest manuscript? Well, we have full books of Matthew from like the 3rd century. You said, okay, so you're saying the earliest manuscript says no one is good but God, but the earliest quotations say the Father? The quotations would be before the manuscripts, yeah. Okay. So I mean, it could just be a misquote. Sometimes the church fathers did like paraphrase verses and stuff like that.
But if it's a misquote, you see what Sir's saying, right? That it's like way whack if you believe in an all good God.
Wait, I don't. Hold on. This isn't my point here.
What's the topic on right now?
We're talking about. Well, we're kind of talking about the Trinity. So the point is like JRob, do you agree? Okay, because I think this is just boiled down to what we think the verse originally said here. But do you agree that if the verse said, "No one is good but the Father in heaven," that would be a really good argument against Trinitarianism, right? Would it be an argument? I mean, it would be an argument against it, but would it be a good argument? Like, would it be? Like you would like this would be a weird thing for Jesus to say if he also thought he was God, right? You said what? This would be a weird thing for Jesus to say if he actually thought he was God, right? It's not. It would not. This would be a weird thing for him to say if he was actually God. I don't think so, because he was still man. So like, just as if he's not demanding. But I don't think there's anything he can say, because I could point to him saying, "Look, guys, I'm not God," and you would just be like, "Well, he's just saying that right now because he's currently man." No.
Well, I think JRob, like, are you saying something like he's not saying the only person that's good is God the Father, the Father in heaven. You're saying that it was something like the only one that's good is the Father in heaven, and I'm not the Father in heaven. I'm like God here.
Yeah, he's saying if he's saying the only one that's good is the Father in heaven, he's saying right there pretty explicitly, "Hey, I'm not good. Don't call," because the whole context is someone's calling him good teacher. Right. He's saying, "Why call me good?" Mm-hmm. And if what the verse originally said was "No one is good but the Father in heaven," that's a pretty strong argument, I think, against the Trinity being original to the text. I gotta look into like the manuscript evidence and whatnot, but the manuscript evidence is gonna be too late to consider, because these quotes are a couple hundred years before the manuscript that we have that would quote this verse. So we would have to look at what the quotes say, and all the church fathers. Well, not all the church fathers, but all the ones I could find that quote this verse. So from what I'm seeing is it's in Mark as well. Yeah, and Mark 10:18. Yeah, right. So if it's in Mark will be the earliest gospel. Yes, that's correct. But the quotes we have of this verse when they're quoting Mark and Matthew, or it seems to be that's what they're quoting, say, "No one is good but the Father in heaven." Like, I can give you an example here. Let me pull it on here. Just a second. I can send these to you too. Okay. Found it here, sorry. And he answered to one who addressed him as good master, "Why callest thou me good? One is good, my Father who is in heaven." Okay. That's just a martyr quoting it, right? That's clearly a reference to Mark 10:18 and Matthew 19:17.
Is there a relevant distinction between my Father and the Father?
No, well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of even worse, I think. But, I mean, Trinitarians, I don't think would have a problem with him saying my Father, but to me, that looks bad. But I think the whole point is that Jesus is distinguishing himself from the Father as if to say he's not good, but the Father is good. Right.
Jesus, this is crazy.
I just think this is a problem for Trinitarianism. That's all. Because
let me know when you give up.
Huh?
Let me know when you give up. You don't got the answer.
Well, go ahead if you have something to say.
You not got the answer. Anybody want to place a bet down? Do I have the answer? Yes or no? Place a bet.
Wait, what is this character?
Is he hot micing? Are you talking to me?
Yeah, no, I'm asking. Place a bet. Do I have the answer yet?
The answer to what question?
What are you talking about? I don't think he was talking to me.
Yeah, run away, run away.
Black Lab removed him.
I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, well, the point is that I think this is like if the author of the text originally had Jesus saying no one is good but the Father in heaven, I think that makes a strong case there that the author of the text didn't think of Jesus as being equal to the Father, or didn't think of Jesus as being all good.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so, because the rest of the gospel would suggest otherwise. So I don't think.
Yeah, but that's going to be after, right? After the changes were made, or the revisions, or whatever.
Well, wait, no. Where are you getting this idea? I mean, Jesus has the whole nature of Jesus, the whole way Jesus is portrayed in the Gospels, he has a ton of human elements. I wouldn't say that he has any of the triune qualities at all.
He's able to read minds. He's able to.
That wouldn't entail that he is all knowing.
He's able to forgive. Huh?
Yeah, but he cries. He gets sad.
Loaves and
he
fishes.
Gets scared. He asks for what's going to happen to God. He's asking God for guidance. He gets angry. He condemns people. There's all kinds of stuff going on there that gives him.
Yeah, he's a human. What? No doubt.
Yeah, which we wouldn't expect if he had the triune attributes.
No, that's not true.
You're saying he had them in heaven, but then when he was man, he wanted to do a real, really, really accurate LARP.
Accurate LARP. He became a man.
Yeah, but wait. But if he became a man, but he kept those settings enabled that allowed him to walk on water and split loaves and fishes, right, and raise from the dead. What's to say that he couldn't keep some other qualities?
What do you mean keep some other qualities?
What explains why Jesus would keep some of his godly qualities rather than others?
Well, he was a man that was anointed by God, right? So,
sir, do you think that's an interesting question?
No, I'm explaining.
Oh, I agree. I'm listening. So I thought you were done. Sorry.
No, I'm saying being that he was a man, anointed by God, right? Just like the prophets, they were able to do miracles, right?
Do you think that God was? Do you think Jesus was fully man?
Yeah, he's fully man, fully God.
And by fully man, you're not equivocating in the same way that John Thomas from Jesus times was fully man, right? Some random dude from the street was fully man also?
He's fully man and fully God.
Yeah. By fully man, do you mean he has a certain property set that is shared with men?
That's shared with men? Yeah.
Okay, and then by fully God there, do you mean has a property set that's not shared with men?
Right.
Okay, then you agree that fully man there, he's like Hercules. He's more than a man, but less than a god.
No. He's fully both. So basically,
could men walk on water?
Yeah.
All of them.
Huh?
All of them could walk on water.
It's logically possible. Yeah. You do know Peter walked.
I know
on
he
water.
did. I know the story. I'm just saying, like, can man split loaves and fishes? Like,
so, through God, like, right? So God is the one who enables.
I think I'm derailing you guys. You guys can keep talking. Sorry.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. God was like working through him to do these things, but or like the Father, or whoever was working through the Holy Spirit, whoever was working through him to do these things. But, like don't you think that's kind of just ad hoc rationalization? Like, if we just read each gospel in isolation, clearly, it doesn't portray him as God. Of course, you can ad hoc sort of explain these issues away, but I think in terms of explicitly, like if he's saying no one is good but the Father in heaven, that's pretty explicitly him saying, "Hey, I'm not God." To me, anyway.
I just don't think it would be the case, because when you take the gospel as a whole, it shows that he is God.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess agree, disagree. I mean, at least you acknowledge that if that's what the verse originally said, that would be an issue.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it would be an argument that could be made, but we would have to still, like, definitively show that he's like speaking in like a sense that the person of the Father and not the deity of the Father.
Wait, so you're not saying that the Bible's like you think that the Bible's infallible?
Yeah, like infallible in what way?
Like, well, you mentioned like some kind of like, oh wait, never mind. Sorry. Preston said something about like sarcasm, and I thought you said the same thing.
Well, it's rhetorical, yeah.
Yeah, rhetorical. That's what you said.
Right. So, like, if you say infallible, meaning like everything to the letter is like literal or like, historically accurate or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
You mean something more like the message of the Bible can't fail to obtain or something?
Yeah, I believe the message is consistent and true. I believe that, the interpretations, can go one way or another, but ultimately in its original state, like because there's a textual variance and everything, you know what I'm saying? So in its original, it was inerrant, yeah, in that way.
Do you think that God guided evolution?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, do you want to hear my argument against that?
Like when you say guided, do you mean like every step of the way God
Whatever.
is like? I think God, he set it in motion.
Okay, yeah. So, you ready for my argument against that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Premise 1: if food hole and breath hole are the same hole, bad design. Design could be better. Premise 2: food hole and breath hole, same hole. Conclusion: bad design. Okay? Are you with me so far? There's one more syllogism.
Okay.
Premise 3: if bad design, not guided by a perfect designer. Premise 4: bad design, as established by conclusion 1. Conclusion 2: not guided by a perfect designer. What are your thoughts?
I disagree with I think the first.
If food hole same as breath hole, you don't think the design could be better? That the thing we need to use to live doesn't have to be the thing that we can choke on and die?
No, so all of this kind of asserts the intention of the designer. If the designer intended it to be this way for specific reasons, doesn't mean it's a bad design.
Wait. Okay, then. Oh, you're just saying that we're equivocating on bad.
Right. So, like, for instance, if I drew a picture, if I designed a painting of a man on a horse, but the man had no head, and you say, "Oh, this could be better if he had a head," and I say, "No, this is supposed to be a headless horseman."
Okay.
Yeah.
You
say, "Nah, it could have been better. Like, it should have a head."
Okay. Then I mean, I don't know. Okay, whatever. Yeah, you win. God is real. That was easy. Bro, the headless horseman argument for God is undefeated.
He's stupid.
Yo, is Coco here or what?
Yeah. He's having some issues getting on a plane or something.
Yo, Black Cloud, you said if you can tell me 3 inference rules, I'll let you back up.
Brother, it would be such a waste of fucking time. Why would I ever do that? No. Maybe to bully him a little bit, but sure. Like, Coco, look, I need Coco to be here because he's like pissing me off. If I kick somebody who's clearly not tracking the conversation, what is the problem with that? And you know he's not tracking the conversation, Coco.
Yeah, I agree.
Even JRob, which we don't agree on fucking anything, I think he could determine that President was not tracking shit.
Well, I mean, the comments were saying like talk to JRob about this. It's fine, but President did say something along the lines of Bible accuracy to me is no longer like that big of a deal. And I was like, what? First of all, what?
What?
Second of all,
That's crazy.
Why are you talking about this then? If you could find out that like these parts of the Bible didn't mean what you thought, then and you'd still believe, then why do you care to defend these parts?
Wait, he said he doesn't. He said, wait, what?
He said while you were on your phone call, biblical accuracy to me is kind of these days. Like it's not really like a big reason for him to believe that God is real or something. And President, if I'm mischaracterizing that, please correct me. But yeah.
Actually, President, before you come up, you have to name 3 inference rules.
Oh, why? Why? You know he's not going to track.
It said if we kick for not tracking, JRob would never be allowed on the panel. JRob, what are your thoughts about that?
Who said that?
I'm not gonna say.
I think JRob has his moments, but like, yeah, I think he has his moments. Like he'll have some good debates. I'll be watching.
Has some cognitive faculties. He's at least said that yes, if it's true that the verse was changed, that would be an argument against like Trinitarianism. President wouldn't even do that. He won't even concede shit.
Yeah, which was another tautology, right? Like, if the verse changed, would you agree that the verse changed? It's like, yeah. Right? Like, if this thing that was an argument for the Trinity changes to be not in favor of the Trinity, would it be not in favor of the Trinity? And he's like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta see this. I still haven't seen it, right? But the argument that he's making is based off the quotes of the church fathers.
Fine. But you know what this sounds like to us, though, right, JRob?
What, like cognitive dissonance?
Or motivated reasoning, yeah. Like, I mean, like, but do you understand that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's understandable. Yeah. Like, because like a lot of Christians, like in real life, you know, when we come to the faith, right, all we know is what's being presented, like, you know, within church, as well as, you know, us reading the Bible, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, when we get on TikTok, when we get on the internet, like, you know, there's a whole school of thought out here, man. Yeah. And, you know, it's challenging, you know.
Dude, for the honesty there is crazy good.
Yeah, I mean, for me, when I first like got like you know on the scene and started hearing these arguments, I'm like, oh damn. Yeah. I didn't know that. What you mean a textual variant? What?
Yeah. Wait, JRob. You sounded kind of repulsed when I said that President said that the Bible being accurate wasn't very motivating, and I'm wondering if I can ask you a question that's slightly personal.
What's up?
If you had the same experience that led you to be sure, if you had that experience and somehow it was conveyed to you that like nothing in the Bible was true, yet God still exists or something, like it's not like you would stop believing, right?
Wait, if I had an experience that led me to believe that the Bible is like not true,
like to be clear, the same experience you had that you're talking about, the spiritual one. If that thing happened one more time and it said, by the way, like our last meeting still, you know, happened, but nothing in that book is true. I just forgot to say it last time. Like, it's not like you would stop believing, right?
That's interesting. Like, if that happened, would I stop believing in the Bible?
I guess so, yeah.
But would I still believe
in the entity or whatever? Yeah.
In God? I mean, I would definitely still believe because nothing
right.
explains.
Okay. Then my question is the interesting question, the meaty, the juicy one that I want to ask.
But
what?
Go ahead. I'll just say that I don't know if that happened though. I think I'd be being deceived. But go ahead though.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, let's say that thing did happen. You no longer you know now for sure that nothing in the Bible is true, right? What would that do to your? Let's say you have a property list of God right now that you think, right? What would that do to your property list, right? Triomni, not triomni, quintiomni, dodecahedra omni, just one omni, no omni, the omni probably God, like what, like?
I think, right. That's, I mean,
that's a good question, right?
I mean, yeah, it is because like how I like rationalize everything is like, yeah, like my experiences were like, because when I had these experiences, they were all leading me to the Bible. So for, the same thing that happened to contradict the Bible, then I'd be questioning this, what
yeah,
I'd be.
Yeah. True.
I'd be questioning the entity instead of, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'd be thinking this entity is
okay,
probably...
wait. You're saying, okay, I think there's something here. If something does something and then later does like the opposite of that thing, you have reason to distrust that entity. Is that right?
If it's contradicting himself.
Yeah. What's to stop you from having reasons to distrust that entity? Because we agree in the instance where it leads you to the Bible and then it says everything in the Bible is a lie, it still led you to the Bible in the first place, right?
Right.
So what's to stop you from mistrusting that entity now?
Because everything that it's led me to has been consistent, and it's been consistent with billions of other people.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
For thousands of years.
That's fine. I don't want to get like too personal or anything, but yeah, I feel like that's interesting to think about.
I look at it like when I talk about experiences, I know it's anecdotal and whatnot, but like I believe that the consistency with people from having like experiences from all different backgrounds, right, and we're all having like very similar experiences, that leads me to consistency within the truth. Right. So like, for instance, because the argument is that there's a personal entity that we know we have a relationship with. Right. That's supernatural or that transcends the world. Right. And then like for instance, if you had a friend named John who was tall, he played basketball, like he likes to play video games, etc. And I came up to you like, this is my first time meeting you. We don't know each other. And I say, oh, you remind me of this guy named John. He, he's like this. He plays ball. He likes to play Call of Duty, whatever, right? And the more details I give you, it's going to be consistent with your experiences with John, right?
Yeah.
All of the details I give you based off of my experiences are evidence that you and I both interacted with John, and we both have a relationship with John, right? So that's how I see it with God. You could get anybody, on the whole entire different, opposite side of the planet. If they've had, a revelation of Jesus, they will describe him the exact same way within their experiences.
Okay, so I have an argument for you then, right? So, because you do believe God is all powerful,
right?
And you believe that God is revelatory,
right?
Okay, like, I'm sure you've heard this argument before, but like, premise one, if the Christian God exists, then I would know. Premise two, it's not the case that I know. Conclusion, the Christian God doesn't exist. What do you think about that?
I mean, I reject the first premise.
If the Christian God exists, I would know.
Yeah, why would you know?
Because he has all power and he wants me to know.
Not necessarily.
Well, okay, he has all power and he's revealing.
Right. But
okay,
that doesn't mean that. That doesn't mean that he wants you to know. Like, God can reject you because of the condition of your heart.
Is he always revealing or sometimes revealing?
Like, what do you mean revealing?
Like, well, whatever you mean. It's an internal critique. So,
like, I mean, he's revealed himself through scripture. He's revealed himself historically. He's revealed himself, prophetically.
Yeah, to you, I'm saying the same thing that leads you to say some revelations going on here. I look at that and I say, there's some coincidence going on here.
Okay, hold on, give me a second.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Romans 1 says we all know. Okay. So what?
So Romans 1 does not say that we all know.
Boom. Get wrecked, Blue Waffle.
Romans 1 says that God has revealed themselves through all of creation, but it's not recognized as such.
Okay, what's the difference? Wait. If you have a gender reveal party and the gender is like unrecognizable to anybody there, are they going to know the gender?
Reframe that.
I'm just kidding.
No. Reframe that.
Yeah, so if you have a gender reveal party and at the end you ask everybody, what was it? What was the gender? And they say it was just unrecognizable. Would they have a clue as to what the gender is?
Yeah, you're
Wait,
saying.
You can answer it, and then you can do this.
The reductio is an incongruency, right? So your symmetry breaker is incongruent. The statement of the text says, through all of creation, you go, let's look at this hyper-specific thing that has one determined outcome. The priori argument from Romans is that God has revealed themselves through all of creation, yet humanity does not see that and chooses to worship the created over the creator, which means that, people worship trees and rocks and ideals over this concept of God. So
wait, Hierophant, I respect what you're saying.
Let me finish. So to say, well, it's like a gender reveal party. No, because there's only a particular outcome in that.
Wait, but that's just to make my point strong. Wait, sorry.
Presented in the first argument, and you're saying, well, there's only one of two outcomes in this particular scenario, and the people that are. What about the people who aren't present?
Wait, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
We're the same whataboutism, right?
No. Wait, and I can explain why.
It's the exact same whataboutism.
Wait,
so
sorry.
Colorblind?
Wait, Hierophant, do you think that you know what I'm saying better, or that you think that I know? Let me explain. If there's a misunderstanding, I want to get to it. Okay, what's up, Jace? So I'm saying that I agree. God has made themselves revealed to all revelation, like all creatures, everything, right? But they don't want to see it. This gender reveal party is going to be contained within the set of all, right? And not only that, because there are many different ways, infinitely many different ways that God could reveal themselves to you, and there's only two genders that a fucking baby could be, it's just going to be very more strongly motivating for you to engage in this, right? What does reveal mean if not to make recognizable? And if you say reveals yet remains unrecognizable, then answer my hypothetical.
Sure, it can remain unrecognizable for someone who's colorblind.
Yeah, well, so in this gender reveal party, they're not using colors.
So they're using what?
Something that is applicable to all creation, right? A sound signal that even deaf people can hear that says in your brain's, mind's, eyes, heart what the baby's gender is, yet it's unrecognizable. Because that's how God would communicate, right? With everybody?
I mean, possibly under your paradigm, sure.
Do you think that God reveals himself to all creation or some creation?
If God exists and the statement of the text is true, then the proposition is true.
Okay, then answer my hypothetical. If the gender was revealed to all creation, and you ask every... Wait, sorry, I'm almost done. And you ask every member of creation, what was the gender, and they say it was unrecognizable, Do you think they're any closer to finding out the truth of the gender?
Well, I already answered that question. I said under
Nuh-uh.
your paradigm, absolutely.
Wait, what?
Yes, I did. I said under your paradigm, yes.
I'm doing an internal critique. I'm asking how you think. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in gender. I'm asking how you think. So answer it the way that you would answer it.
That's how I would answer it.
You would answer it under a different person's paradigm, yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay, what about under your paradigm then? Answer it under Hierophant's paradigm.
I did.
Under your paradigm, the answer is under someone else's paradigm, yes?
Yes.
How? Wait. I'm getting upset, and I need you to explain to me how that's an answer. Because I don't want to get upset. And I'm recognizing I'm getting emotionally heightened.
Why are you getting upset?
Okay, ask me any question that I can answer. Ask me my favorite color.
What is your favorite color?
According to my best friend, green. Does that tell you anything about my favorite color?
Same.
Hierophant.
You're asking me
I don't care. Stop with the meta. I answered the same way you answered. Was my answer informative?
Yeah, according to your best friend, it's green.
So what's my favorite color?
According to your best friend, it's green.
What's my favorite? Oh my God. Wait, am I dumb or is everybody else on the panel hearing this? Am I dumb?
Yeah, so you're not dumb because, but there is a miscommunication. Here's the miscommunication because he's reading it like your best friend.
According to your best friend, you are dumb.
He's reading it like your best friend is portraying an accurate portrayal of your favorite color.
Yeah. Okay.
So the only thing I can do is trust the information that's provided until the information is provided false.
Here's a better question you can ask him that would be more analogous. Is if you ask me what my favorite color is, and my answer was, well, according to my best friend, his favorite color is green.
True.
Is that an answer?
True. That's the better question.
Wait, if you recognize that there was a flaw in my analogy, why didn't you just point it out? That's because you didn't recognize it either.
He didn't.
You did, but you kept that information secret because you wanted to win?
According to your best friend, it's green. I can only trust the information you provide until information provided proves otherwise.
It doesn't matter. Now you know the right question. Now you know the right question. Just answer it.
Okay, wait. Mansouri, I just thought of a different question. Hierophant, ask me my favorite color.
What is your favorite color?
According to my best friend, his favorite color is green.
Well, I don't care about, and then you follow up. I don't care about what your best friend's color is. I'm asking you what your favorite color is.
And when I asked you about the gender reveal, and you said under your paradigm, yes, and I said I don't care about my paradigm, I'm asking about yours. And you didn't answer again.
But I don't have a particular paradigm about it.
You don't have a worldview?
Not according to the initial proposition.
Wait. Do you believe that First Romans is true?
I believe that people believe it's true.
Do you believe it's true? Oh my God.
I don't have to necessarily believe it's true.
I'm not saying you have to. Do you?
Maintain a position of agnosticism on any position I so.
You can. Just say you're agnostic about it.
That's what I. No,
you didn't.
Hey, Hierophant, do you affirm First Romans? Yes, no, or I don't know.
I'm not sure about.
Okay, then why are you just like practicing?
Well, isn't the point of the debate to take either an affirmation or denial?
Yeah,
so
but it's to take one. Yeah, but you can't take the denial and then when you get asked a question, say, "Now I'm agnostic."
No, do you know how to formulate a fucking syllogism, my guy?
Is that relevant? Let's say I don't. Is that relevant to what I just said?
No, you're saying that it's an impossibility to look at 2 points.
Did I say impossible?
If this proposition is true, this is the outcome. And if this proposition is true, this is the outcome. And you're within your agnosticism.
Wait,
Are you serious?
One second. I said, and you can tell me if I get it wrong. I said, if I'm saying that God revealing himself works like this, and you say, I'm going to take the other side in that debate, when I get to a point and saying, what's the mechanism through which God reveals himself, for you to be like, when you took the opposition, is to just, I don't know, participate when you want and not participate when you're losing?
It's not about winning or losing.
Wait. The question is, that was just a preamble. My question is, where there did I invoke syllogisms or impossibility or anything like that shit that you were trying to say? I agree, I didn't.
So what is an if-then statement?
It's a conditional.
Well,
but let's say I didn't know that, right? Let's say I didn't know that. Does that change the fact that I didn't bring up syllogisms or impossibility?
Right? Because like whether knowing something or not knowing something doesn't matter to you apparently, right? So
wait. Do you think that was charitable?
You can identify with accuracy the systems and mechanisms that you're using to portray an argument. Doesn't matter. You're still presenting in a syllogistic manner.
Wait, what was my syllogism?
I'm so confused.
Manzuri, am I being weird? Or is he being lame?
I want to know what his syllogism is too.
Yeah.
I want to know what the syllogism is too.
I didn't give one.
That's a good question.
This is counter argument. Are you?
My counter argument.
Since you said it was. Hold on, wait. That's fine. What was it? Let's hear it. What was the syllogism? You said he said something in syllogistic manner, so you should be aware about it. You should be informed about it.
And since I don't know about syllogisms and you do, it should be easy.
So someone brought up Romans 1, and I said that's not what Romans 1 says. We
would just like to hear the syllogism. Yes. It should be at least two premises.
And so the initial syllogism is that if this God exists, and what the text says is true, God has revealed himself in this manner. And the counter argument says, well, if there's a gender reveal party and the outcome is one of two things, can it be this? That is presented as a logical syllogism.
Do you think
so you're saying if there's a gender reveal party...
So, like, right there's counter argument.
Yeah.
To me correcting someone else.
Wait, so we can formalize my hypothetical into an argument, I agree, but I didn't give it as one. I gave it as a hypothetical, right? You're saying that God reveals himself to all creation. Did you say that?
I said the text says that.
Right, and therefore, in even engaging with me, and I'm saying that it's not true or something, or it's unintelligible.
No.
Wait, sorry. I'm almost done. One more sentence. If you're taking up the position opposite conversation with me, sorry for if I'm mistaken in assuming that you're going to take the affirmative position.
Someone in the comments, we can scroll back if we like, made a comment about Romans 1.
Yeah.
And my comment was, that is not what that text says.
What do you think it says?
I read what it says.
I believe you, but you seem to like rehashing shit, so just read it again.
No, I'm
laying it hold on.
Happened because I don't know where the fuck things took a left turn.
It seems like there is no contention about any like material.
Let's all mute for 5 seconds and come back emotionally stable, okay?
No, I think we could just do a hard reset about the conversation. Let's talk about something different because it seems like there's no material. Like he's just talking about what a text says, not what an actual thing is.
Yeah. Okay. Hierophant, you can go first.
You were having a discussion with JRob about something, and someone in the comments.
Wait. We're not restarting the meta. We're just starting the conversation over. Tell me about Romans 1.
I don't give a fuck about Romans 1 in general. Someone made an incorrect statement in the comments, and I corrected them.
And then so when I launched into this whole hypothetical thing, why did you say? Wait. Why did you say when I launched into the whole hypothetical thing? Why did you say, well, God is infinitely many more variables than just the two genders that are possible, and what if they're colorblind? We couldn't determine that, but obviously God doesn't give a fuck about if you're colorblind or not. He can make you see blue if he fucking wants, right? So
sure.
When you were saying all that stuff, what you meant to say was, well, I was just correcting somebody in the comments, and that's it.
That was the initial part of it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Sorry, I got very mad.
Asking you questions.
Hey, Justin, how's it going? Love you.
Are you a theist? Are you a theist, JRob?
I am personally, sure.
Do you have an argument for God? That God exists? That concludes that God exists?
Or do you want to ask me about my atheist worldview?
I mean, I don't care that you're an atheist.
Well, I didn't say I was an atheist. I didn't say I was an atheist.
Let's just answer the question I asked.
Within my worldview, like within my particular worldview, if the possibility of an individual existing, not believing God exists, they must exist. That's simple as that.
Wait, say it again.
Oh, wait. Say it again.
So within my worldview, right, if the possibility were to exist of an individual not believing that God exists, then they must exist. Because for something to be...
Wait, why are you... Wait, why argue against God if God doesn't exist? Is that right?
No. It doesn't matter. The argument doesn't matter. Like the fundamental premise is
you can only not believe in things that do exist. Is that what you were saying?
No.
Just give it in premise conclusion form, please.
All right. If God is truly omniscient, then there cannot be possibility. There can only be actualization thereof. That means that if the possibility exists that someone like Hatim would exist that does not believe in God, they must exist.
What is they? Can you stop using they? Stop using they, because I'm confused as to whether you're talking about the subject.
I think he's a Trinitarian. And God's a they, them.
No. I'm using they, as in third person.
Yeah, they could be me or they could be God.
Yeah, so. Like someone like Hatim, all right? The subject is you, Hatim. An individual who does not believe God exists.
Stop the meta. Right? We asked a simple question.
Right?
Yeah. If
the possibility of their existence is a possibility, then it must actualize itself and they must exist.
Okay.
Wait, are you saying all...
The person must exist.
Are you saying all possibilities must actualize?
If God exists and they are truly omniscient, yes, there cannot be possibility.
What's the argument for that?
Only the actualization therein.
Yeah, that's going to be some ridiculous reductios, brother.
What's the argument for that? That all possibilities must exist if God exists?
Does God know all true propositions? Is that what you're saying?
Hold on, wait. Let's not bombard him with too many.
No. I'm just saying by omniscient, do you mean that he knows all true propositions?
Absolutely.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. So the question was, what's the argument that if God exists, all possibilities must actualize?
The ancillary argument exists with holding to a B theory of time.
Yeah, but you're saying all possibilities, right? So, is it possible? Is it possible
possibilities
that
only exist positionally?
What scope are you using for possibility?
Yeah, that's good. What's the modality?
What's the modality of possibility?
Yeah, it's going to be a modal operator.
Are you using logical possibility, physical possibility?
Nomological, metaphysical. Remember earlier when you were asking me? Go ahead.
Sure.
Sure what?
All of them.
Huh?
You could argue for everything.
We're not asking about what we could do. We're asking what you are doing.
No. He's trying to say he's using all of them simultaneously somehow, even though that's incoherent and not demonstrate.
You could, but let's do.
Wait, I have one question. Hierophant, if something is nomologically possible, in what kind of world could it obtain?
There would be no additional possible worlds. There's only one world.
Yeah, I didn't ask. Okay, you guys can go.
Oh my god. Yeah, nomological just means within our closed system universe.
Yeah, so the answer to my question, in what kind of world would that obtain? The answer would be in a world such that the laws of nature allowed it to obtain.
Sure. Continue.
Yeah.
Wait, smoke. Hey, I love you, man.
Wait, you agree it's not logically impossible what you're talking about, right?
You're talking about any argument for the existence of God is going to be presuppositional. So we're talking about possibility to begin with. Like, is it possible that God exists? Yeah. How? And then we explain.
The question was when you said all possibilities must be actualized. I'm saying that
yes, the initial proposition is that if God is omniscient, right? If God knows all propositions.
Yes, I know. I'm saying in the modality that you're using, whatever modality you're using,
all of them
cannot be logical possibilities because there are logical possibilities that, if simultaneously would happen, could not exist.
Right.
At the same time.
And there are nomological possibilities that could be logically impossible or something. Like, it's
what are they?
Saying that you're exhausted. Huh?
What are they?
I think you misspoke there. I don't think.
Yeah, no, I did misspeak there, and I was hoping that nobody caught it. I'm just saying that there's going to be some things, right, under some modal scope, which possibility is a modal operator, that can be true, but under another modal scope, they cannot be true. So when you say, I'm using all modal scopes, it's just weird.
I said you could argue from any of them.
We're asking which you're arguing from.
But you actually can't, though, because I just showed you how it's not possible that you're using logical possibility because that entails contradictions.
Okay.
All right, W concession.
I honestly don't care. But
That's fine if you don't care. I'm asking if you agree.
You
can agree to things you don't care about.
True. And also, when you were yelling at me earlier, it sounded like you didn't care.
I was getting yelled at. So, yeah.
What is this jibber jabber?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Wait, what did you call him?
Jibber jabber. Damn jibber.
I'll call him a lot worse things.
Hey, I gotta go. Thanks for the combos, guys.
I'm just up here talking shit, to be honest, but whatever.
I figured that out a while ago.
Exactly.
How you doing,
Bye.
Good to see you.
Hey, man. Good to see you, team. How you doing, man?
Hey.
Justin, you're gonna start talking now that I have to go?
I know. I was like, okay, got Shark, Ateen, Tim, and Zach.
Who's Shark?
Like my favorite for people to dialogue with on TikTok. Shark is top left.
Fronuses?
Yeah.
So what do you want, jibber jabber?
Can you define jibber jabber for me? Can you define jibber jabber for me?
Yeah. Not shutting up, man. Not a jibber jabber. Where'd he go, man? I show up and he's gone, man. What happened? Thought we were having fun.
I was, personally.
Man, are we still atheists here, boys? What's going on? Are we still denying the unified principle of everything?
Honestly, according to, what's his name? That guy that we spoke the other day, Justin? I'm a theist, remember?
Yeah. Oh, Butcher. Yeah.
According to Butcher, I'm a theist. So, it's just idiosyncratic definition.
Well, I think that atheists don't actually exist. I think it's impossible. I think the closest thing that you could get to being an atheist is being like cognitively, mentally disabled.